Arborist Podcast, Domain 2, Episode 6, Water Uptake, Movement, and Tree Water Relations, How Trees Use Water. Welcome back to the Arborist Podcast. This podcast is designed to help you study for the ISA Arborist Certification Exam by breaking complex arboriculture topics into clear, practical explanations. As always, this podcast is not affiliated with or endorsed by the International Society of Arboriculture. It's an independent educational resource created to support arborists preparing for the certification exam. In the last episode, we talked about soil organisms and the soil food web. Today, we're connecting soil conditions to tree physiology by focusing on how trees absorb water and how that water moves through the tree. Understanding tree-water relations helps explain drought stress, flooding damage, and many canopy symptoms seen on the ISA exam. Why water is critical to trees' water is essential for nearly every tree function. It is required for photosynthesis, nutrient transport, temperature regulation, and maintaining cell structure. Without adequate water, trees cannot move nutrients, produce energy efficiently, or maintain healthy tissues. This is why water stress, whether from too little or too much water, has such a strong impact on tree health. How roots absorb water. Most water absorption occurs through fine, non-woody roots. These roots are located primarily in the upper layers of soil where oxygen is available. Water enters roots through osmosis, moving from areas of higher water concentration in the soil to lower water concentration inside root cells. Healthy root systems depend on proper soil moisture and aeration to function effectively. The role of root hairs and mycorrhizae. Root hairs greatly increase the surface area available for water absorption. They are short-lived and constantly replaced as roots grow. Mycorrhizal fungi further extend the effective root system by increasing access to water and nutrients beyond the immediate root zone. These relationships improve drought tolerance and overall tree performance. Water movement. Through the tree, once water enters the roots, it moves upward through the xylem. This upward movement is driven primarily by transpiration, the loss of water from leaf surfaces. As water evaporates from leaves, it creates tension that pulls water upward through the tree. This process is often described as the transpiration pull mechanism. Transpiration and environmental factors. Transpiration rates are influenced by environmental conditions. High temperatures, low humidity, wind, and strong sunlight increase transpiration. When water loss exceeds uptake, trees experience water stress. Trees may respond by closing stomata to reduce water loss, but this also limits photosynthesis. This balance is a key exam concept. Water stress and tree response trees respond differently to short-term and long-term water stress. Short-term drought stress may cause wilting or temporary leaf drop. Chronic water stress leads to reduced growth, dieback, and increased susceptibility to pests and disease. Flooded conditions also cause stress by limiting oxygen availability to roots. Both extremes disrupt normal tree function. Hydraulic failure and cavitation. Under severe water stress, air bubbles can form in xylem vessels. This process is called cavitation. Cavitation disrupts water transport and can lead to branch dieback or death of tissues. Some species are more resistant to cavitation than others, influencing drought tolerance. Connecting soil conditions to tree water use. Soil texture, structure, compaction, and drainage all influence water availability. Poor soil conditions limit water uptake even when moisture is present. This explains why irrigation alone may not solve water stress problems. Effective water management requires understanding both soil and tree physiology. Let's recap the key points. Trees absorb water primarily through fine roots and root hairs. Water moves upward through the xylem driven by transpiration. Environmental conditions influence water loss, and both drought and flooding can cause stress. Understanding tree-water relations helps arborists diagnose problems and manage trees more effectively. In the next episode, we'll focus on irrigation principles for trees and explain how arborists can apply water effectively without causing additional stress. Thanks for listening to the Arborist Podcast. Let's keep building your arborist knowledge one topic at a time.